What's going on, you all? I'm back from Texas. So yeah, the Confluence was it was awesome, and I'm gonna tell you some things that I saw. First of all, the stars. I think there's a song that goes, "The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas," and that song is true. One night, I think it was my third night there. I maybe my fourth night. Let me see, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So my fourth night there, I look up in the sky and you could actually see the stars. I mean, not just see the stars. I mean, see the constellations, see the Big Dipper, see the North. You can see it all. And I found out that the reason why we can't see the stars in the city is because of the light. Maybe they call it light pollution or something. Anyway, I look up and I see the stars. And I want you to think about when you're in the city, you're mesmerized by the man-made lights. Notice how the skyscrapers and the buildings are always lit up. Everything's lit up in the city. And you'll get focused on the lights around you, but not focus on the lights that God created. And so out there, when I looked up, I could actually see it looked fake. It actually looked fake. It didn't even look real. Um, but it was so clear. I didn't need a telescope. Just looked up, and you really can see how wonderful um, God is, how magnificent God is, how you don't really appreciate God till you're out in nature. And how could you if you're around everything that's man-made? But I just looked up, and for the first time in my life, I saw stars. I remember being in Hawaii as a child. I remember watching the sunset in Hawaii, and it's crazy because when the sun sets in Hawaii, you can actually see it. It's like the sun is actually, you see it, you see it, and it's just breathtaking. You don't really appreciate it as a child, but when you see it, you know you're like, okay, the sun's going down. But anyway, it was one of those moments. And so I'm thankful for the experience. Being able to look up and see the stars is a great reminder of, God still being in control, God being the author and the finisher of our faith. Let me plug my mic in. Can you all hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Let me make sure I got my mic. Make sure my microphone. Testing, testing. Okay. I hope okay. Can you all hear me now? Well, I know you all can hear me on IG. Can you all hear me on YouTube? I'm gonna get to y'all questions just real quick. I just want to know if y'all can hear me, because you should be able to hear me. Oh, no wonder you can't hear me. My bad. My bad. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Now, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now you should be able to hear me. Okay. Now, can you all hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Let me make sure. Okay, y'all should be able to hear me now. loud and clear. Um, so yeah, for the first time in my life, I actually saw the stars. Um, when I say the stars, I mean the stars, how we see in the city. I'm talking about the stars, the constellations, the clusters. I even saw, it's crazy, I even saw a shooting star. The irony, I even saw a shooting star. God is good. Anyway, so somebody asked how was the food? The food was excellent. Um, good bowel movements. My feces looked. It was always the same color. Um, Always the same texture and consistency. Feces was good. Um, the food was excellent. Great menu, great chefs. Um, what do you think about people who are still going to war after what happened 3 years ago? It's all fake. I mean, I don't think any war is organic. I think all wars are orchestrated, in my opinion. Just based on what we learned, you know, just based on what we learned, about the World War I and World War II and Vietnam and Korea and all these wars, they are orchestrated. Yeah, Adonis, I saw the eclipse. I got to witness the eclipse. They call it the Ring of Fire, where the moon passes in front of the sun. Yeah, I got to watch it. I said let me ground. So I was grounding during the time. But I'll be honest with you though, like I watched the eclipse and I was grounding, and when I got done, I was just tired. I don't know why. I was tired. Um, but yeah, I saw the eclipse. What's up, Proverbs 31? She was there. Proverbs 31 was there. I want to thank her for coming. Rena Bina was there, and some other folks I know from IG came. So I think maybe about total of 6 people that rock with me um, came. A lot of folks knew me surprisingly. I actually met somebody in the airport. I told her to watch out. She about to step on something, some water. We was in the, through the checkout. And she said, "Are you his Blanchard?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You have to Confluence?" She was like, "Nah, we just, visiting relatives." But by my voice, she recognized me. It was crazy. Like she didn't see my face, she's heard my voice. But anyway, a lot of people follow me. I was shocked. I was real shocked. Um, I mean, I would say this. I would say this about 2020. Um, to me, okay, listen. So the goal is for Chad and I to do an event there. That's the goal. Um, for us to put something together, obviously with Teach 'em Chuck and Keisha, but the goal is for us to do something at the Sovereignty Ranch. So hopefully you all can make that. We just got to work out how we're going to do it and what we're going to do. But the one we do is going to be based in the Bible. It'll be the same kind of theme, but it will be Bible based. So I think you all would enjoy it, honestly. But if I get back to 2020, 2020 was, to me, I feel like God took one of the seals off, and that was the seal that was covering up the truth. And now we know the truth. Like now we can, like now you think about it, we all see the truth in record time now. You used to say, we used to see the truth in 5 to 10 year increments. Now you see the truth in a day or two. So to me, it's because hindsight is 2020. And the year 2020 was a year of, perfect vision, eyesight, being able to see clearly. And I think that because hindsight is 2020, post 2020, we're able to see the truth in record time. So to me, nobody's blind. People are willingly closing their eyes. I told somebody there, I said, um, many are called and few are chosen because most people won't pick the phone up. God is constantly calling. God has been calling us. God has the phone ringing off the hook, but most people don't pick the phone up. Most people even put the phone off the hook. There's been times in my life where I told the devil to answer the phone. I was busy, but I'm just telling y'all that most people don't want to answer God's calling, and I get it because it takes faith. If you don't have any faith, then God can't use you. Matter of fact, if you don't have any faith, when God is talking to you, it's going to make you afraid. You're going to be fearful. But yeah, that's it. So I've been at the Confluence conference. Molly is awesome. I'm going to be putting together some videos. Putting together some videos and releasing them. Maybe once or twice a week, just releasing the videos. Like I said, awesome event. Another thing I noticed was the amount of men that were there that were like fathers. A lot of men that were actually fathers, actually, loved their children. I remember this one guy, Mike. He was like one of the managers. He might have been the ranch. He might have been the manager of the ranch, or one of them. But he was like he was like the main guy running everything. He was the main guy. And I remember his son. We were taking a group picture on the last day, and his son came up to him, and he acted like he hadn't seen his son 12 times that morning. He was like, "Hey, buddy, what's up, man? Oh, man, come here." He picked him up. Now, his son is like big, like maybe 10, but he picked him up. And so I just thought it was awesome because his son is never not going to feel loved by his dad. He's never going to not feel like his dad is the closest thing to God that he knows. His dad saw him at least 12 times prior to that picture, and he acted like he had just saw him. And to me, his face lit up, and he was like, "Oh, this is my dad." So to me, I just saw men being men. Actually, men loving their children, men loving their wives, husband and wife working together, great relationships. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. And these women support their men. These women support their men. When I tell you they support their men, they support their men. I've seen a lot of relationships, but and I was thinking, I was like, it's just messed up because all this division in the world keeps you from seeing reality. At the Confluence conference, there were Caucasian, Jewish, Hispanic, Asian, Black, Indigenous. Everybody was there. All types of skill sets, business owners, farmers, ranchers, speakers, podcasts, products. Everything. These people are known-looking people and do the most wonderful and amazing things. But the problem is that the media is creating so much division that you can't even see the other side of the mountain. You only see one side of the mountain. So if you look at one side of the mountain, you forget it's a whole mountain range on the other side. Like it's a whole world on the other side of the mountain. And so that's why Molly was like, she wanted to get Black people to come up there. It's going to be a tough task, but she wants to get Black folks to come up there because she wants Black people to see the other side of the mountain, the reality of things. This is what life really is. Most people get along. Most people want to take care of their family. Most, you know what I'm saying? So again, hold on. Dia Monet said, "You can't be married to a man with zero apocalyptic survival skills." Right. Right. Here, Quashazelle say, "I want to support my man." Exactly. And so you really get to see how this stuff works on the other side, because these people are doing such great things. You really can't do it like that without a supportive partner. So most of the people that are there, their spouses support them 1,000%. 1,000%. It's not even a question. So I just thought it was wonderful to see. And I think From a cultural standpoint, Black people need to see functioning relationships, not this thing called Black love, not this toxic stuff. Black folks need to see functioning relationships where you see husband and wife working together with no ego. You see husband and wife committed to the children. You see even the dogs that were there, right? Some folks bought their pets there, and it's crazy because when the dogs are able to roam free, they behave. Like, it's crazy because when the dogs are like able to just be roam free, they just chill. Like it was nuts. Like, most dogs in the backyard trying to escape, or now they're trying to escape down the street. Not these dogs. These dogs literally, behave because it's an open space. They're free. They ain't got no reason to cut up. Anyway, but yeah, let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Let me say what's up. What's up, Agatis Navi? What's up, Soin Finite? What's up, Mika? What's up, Stanley Parrish? What's up, Proverbs 31 again? She was there. What's up, EJ Dorch? What's up, Jet? What's up, Mr. Demir? What's up, Deshawnay? What's up, Adonis? What's up, Bree? What's up, EJ? What's up, Mika? What's up, Marcel? What's up, Kenya? What's up, Arita? What's up, Kiko? What's up, T? What's up, Shantae? What's up, Angel Wings? What's up, Keshni? What's up, Player Fees? Thank you for the super sticker. What's up? Detox. Did have a good time. What's up, Lisa? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. What's up, Nas? Thank y'all for tuning in. So I walked away and I was thinking today, and what I saw really a lot in Texas, and Texas is its own country. Some of y'all live in Texas, but Texas is like all about Texas. To me, that's the beauty of it, because like Texas just really fools with Texas. Like, so it's this whole different country. So when they say Texas is its own country or don't mess with Texas, they mean that because Texas is Texas. But today I was thinking about how what I noticed the most was the unselfishness. And it's the unselfishness from the men. The men were unselfish. And to me, I think about Christ, and I think about how unselfish the Messiah was. As a man, if children are selfish, they won't have any friends. If a woman is selfish, she's going to be alone. But if a man is selfish, nothing gets done. If a child is selfish, he or she won't have any friends. If a woman is selfish, she's going to be alone, single. But if a man is selfish, nothing will get accomplished. And so what you see with the Messiah is what you see in men, real men, that the Messiah took the responsibility of the world's sins. And what you see a real man do is a real man takes the responsibility even when it's not his responsibility. But he takes the responsibility so that things can get done. So our salvation was only made possible because the Messiah was unselfish. Had he been selfish, it wouldn't have happened. Him being unselfish allowed him to bear the world's sins, who he didn't deserve to take on, but he did. He took on the world's sins for us to be saved. And much of what I saw this past weekend was the men being unselfish so these things can get accomplished. This whole confluence can get accomplished. Like I told the group, when I saw Molly's husband, he's always working. Like, I never see Molly's husband getting a chance to chill. He's always working. And I'm like, to me, that's a man. His wife has a vision, and he's 1,000% committed to the vision, so much to where she's made him a part of her vision. This man is always in the background. He's always working. He's always working. And I said, that's a man. None of this stuff could take place without her husband being who he is, because teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you, Manuel. Please come. But anyway, yeah, I was with Chef Molly. But anyway, it was an awesome event, and hopefully the next one that we have, I think she's going to have one in April anyway. Though she's going to have one in April, but hopefully you all can make the one in April and make the one um, that Chad and I will hopefully will put together. And hopefully, and even in April, Chad, Keisha, and Chuck can come to that one. I think it would be great to have us on a panel there just to talk about, whatever. But anyway, yeah, so Molly is awesome. Molly talked about, I have videos coming, but I try to tell Molly this. What Molly did when it came to her husband, her getting pregnant by him and then her saying we got to get married, like, and her being committed to him. They don't speak the language. She's obviously wealthy. He didn't have anything. And for her to still respect him and still like all this stuff, I tell Molly that that's rare for a woman with that much of everything to humble herself to that, to let the man lead. So anyway, but she is awesome and it's a true testament to her character. But anyway, it's in Bandera, Texas. It's about 45 minutes from San Antonio. They call it, I think they call it Hill Country. They call it Hill Country. Thank you, Will, for the super sticker. But let me get started though. So I'm back. I'm back. I'll be dropping Confluence videos. I met a lot of great people, a lot of great products. I'm gonna be taking all natural. Hopefully they help. I learned so much. Like, when I tell you, it's something you got to go to because you just see so many people that know a lot of information about stuff we don't even know about. Imagine somebody like me who had never seen the stars, and then you see the stars and you listen to all these great people with so much information, so much knowledge, so much. It's awesome, man. So anyway, it's beautiful. They gave me a shirt on my last day. I believe in us. So I want to thank y'all so much for supporting me. And Molly wasn't on CP time. She paid on the last day I got my check. So it's beautiful. She paid on time. I said, thank goodness. Imagine if I ain't gonna say it. But yeah, Molly paid on time. So thank God. Really on time. Thank God. But let's get started though. Let's get started. Let's get started. Uh-oh. Let's get started. So let's I want to go to King Randall. And King Randall, now there were some people at the conference and
we're frustrated right now. Our county.
Now there were some people at the conference that, what color they were. There were some people at the conference and they wasn't agreeing with what I was saying. Now it's just funny to me that y'all are at a conference that's dealing with freedom and being conscious and all this stuff, but y'all still talking about microaggressions and touching people. So I gotta ask a question to my queens. Do white women just come up to y'all and touch y'all hair? I'm curious. Do white women just randomly come up to you all and just touch your hair? I'm curious. Does that happen? Can y'all let me know in these chats if white women just see your hair and just touch it? Don't ask, just violate your person. Does that happen to you all? I'm just asking. Anita says yes from time to time. Goddess Navi says no. Deshaun says no. Proverbs 31 says no. Arita says they ask. Nas says they may compliment but never touch. Anita says they mean well. Soy Fanai said never. Aaron Rose says she would never do it. Touched by Ja, she said it happened to me a few times. No, yes. So my question is, some ask, okay, so my question is, so the belief is that when white women do that, that it's racism. Now, let me just say this, right? White people, from what I see culturally, enjoy life. So when they're excited, like they're excited, you know, they want a hug, they experience life. To me, I think it's more of curiosity and admiration and just seeing something new than it is racism, in my opinion. I don't think it's racist. I was told it's like you're petting a dog. I don't see it that way, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. But I was told that I don't understand the struggle that Black people are going through. And so, I was told that, I was asked if I experienced racism. I said, well, somebody called me the N-word in the 7th grade. It's not really racism, though. I said, nobody's ever denied me something because of the way I look. It's never happened to me. So I can't say I experienced racism. Now, could somebody not like me because they didn't like me? I guess, but I've never experienced it. But these quote unquote Black people who have non-Black spouses, biracial children, seem to be experiencing the most racism. I just can't see how. You're surrounded by people that aren't Black. So to me, if that was true, you wouldn't be around white people. Like if you really felt like white people were just racist, you wouldn't be around them. So how is it that America's so racist and white people, but you find yourselves not having a Black spouse? How are you not pro-Black? How is America being racist doesn't drive you to be pro-Black and anti the establishment and anti? I just don't get it. So I just don't get it. It don't make any sense to me. And so, but I try to tell them that the issues that you all think are racism, it isn't racism. A white person touching your hair isn't racism. One girl got mad and said, well, why aren't there Black people at this Confluence event? Why does it have to be why has it to be majority white? I asked her, I said, do Black people want to come out here to Bandera, Texas? Do Black people want to come out here and do this? And then I said, let me ask y'all a question. The Black conscious community, which is a thing, does the Black conscious community feel the same as the white conscious community or superior? The girl said probably superior. So then again, why would they come? If they feel superior, if they don't want to be a part of farm life, then why would they come to this event? But for you to point out that Black folks aren't present doesn't mean it's racist. And so I just think that the problem is that a lot of people have been conditioned to think that the absence of Black means they're being kept out of something. Meaning if you look at something, like, so for example, golf, baseball, tennis, hockey, NASCAR. I'm just using sports for an analogy. But the absence of Black doesn't mean they're being kept out. You have to ask how many Black children grow up wanting to play hockey. Almost 50% of Black folks live in the South. So half of black people live in an area where hockey isn't that big. So again, we've been conditioned to think that the absence of black means they're being denied or kept out. And I say no. Most oftentimes, black folks don't want to go into those arenas. Even the girl said, she said that she does a women's empowerment group. She said, but black women don't want to show up. I said, why? She said, because black women don't feel comfortable around white women. I said, now why wouldn't black women feel comfortable around white women? Why wouldn't they? If black women are, I said, if black women are queens and goddesses, then why don't they feel comfortable around white women? I was taught that if you don't feel comfortable around some people, that means you don't belong. That means you're insecure. Your uncomfortability means you feel you don't belong in the group. You don't feel you measure up. So my question is, why wouldn't black women feel comfortable going to a women's empowerment group? I said, that is a cultural problem, because those white women would, if they wanted to go, they would go. Whether it was black, Chinese, Hispanic, they don't care. If they want to go, they're going to go. What's up, broski? Somebody said that they're not exposed to it. They're not exposed to it. While I think it's curiosity, keep your hands to yourself. I don't want to welcome energy, especially since these snake bites. I agree. I can't listen. I can't argue for not wanting somebody to touch you. I'm just saying the intent behind them touching you is most of the time not them petting you like a dog. It's just that they don't ever get to feel your hair texture. Like it's, if you see folks that look like us in like China or Japan, the people are looking at you because they rarely see us over there. It's like it's not, it ain't racial though. I don't get to see it. I don't know. But anyway, right. So again, I talked about the victim mentality and how it relates to race. And even up there, I still saw that the mentality is very hard to shake, because you think about it, think about the conscious community. Think about the conscious community. Think about someone telling you that their chakras are aligned, that they're esoteric beings, they're gods, they're one with nature. They have their crystals, their sage, they have the God gene, they have all these things, but yet none of that stuff can help them get over the racism. Meaning they'll say, I can manifest anything, but you can't manifest rising above racism. You've never seen the conscious community say, we're above racism. You've never seen your most enlightened, woke person tell you that I am so spiritually in tune that I'm above racism. I vibrate at such a high level, I don't even see racism. Like, you ain't even heard it. You know why? Because racism is actually the deity. Racism is actually the God. So what you'll see these folks be woke and conscious, third eye open on everything except racism. Like, you mean to tell me all of y'all are celestial beings, but you can't just meditate and make racism disappear? You all are all celestial beings, but you can't meditate and make racism disappear. That's because racism in itself, even the notion of it, is already a deity. It's already a God. It already gets worshiped every day. So even the most conscious person, the most conscious black person that you can find, the one that's on the highest vibrational level, still at the core of their being believes they're oppressed. Still at the core of their being, they feel inferior to white. So that young lady told me that she can't get black women to come to her group is because the black women feel inferior. The being uncomfortable only comes when you feel like you don't belong. If you felt better than them, you wouldn't care. If you felt the same, you wouldn't care. You only care because you feel lesser than. And then somebody told her, well, why don't you have an all-black women's group? She said, I'm not doing that because that would be excluding everybody else. Exactly. Exactly. You can't have an all-black group because it excludes everybody else. That's why if we do this, well, when we do this Bible version of this, it's going to be open to everybody. The target group, hopefully, will be black people, but everybody's welcome to come. And I guarantee everybody going to come. Most of these white people don't mind sitting in a room with full of black people. They don't. They don't mind connecting. They don't mind talking. They don't. And I met so many people that follow me of all different walks of life, nationalities, everything. Mind blowing. Like I said, a lady in the airport just recognized my voice. She wasn't even at the conference. She just heard my voice. She said, "Are you Blanchard?" I was like, "Yeah," off my voice. But again, I digress. So let me get into King Randall.
Commission today, they voted to. So I'm so uber frustrated right now. Our county commission today, they voted to deny our request for rezoning for 24 acres of the 40 acres that we own for our multi-purpose facility that we were trying to put out there for children and underprivileged children who don't have any facilities in that area to service them with tutoring or basketball or anything. Those kids are just kind of out there and have no recreation. And so we wanted to bring mentors and bring basketball courts and bring, just automotive repair, etc. We were trying to bring that out there to the neighborhood, and they voted to deny it on today. So the video I'm going to put under this tweet, you'll be able to see what happened at the commission meeting today. It was so crazy because these people accused us of possibly doing fentanyl and cocaine with the children. And I mean, it was crazy, the things that they were saying about our school and our boys. And I only put a few brief things on there that they said because I didn't want the video too long. And to see that all of the people who voted no were all black, and the people that voted yes were white and one black person. And I live in a majority black town, and my city and the community here always is screaming systematic racism and racism all the time, when everybody who is in every major position here is black. And every time that somebody is trying to do something that could benefit the children here, it's like we get asked 1,000 questions. But today, you know what they approved? They approved alcohol licensing for this, and they approved this restaurant and this place and that place, all this little stuff. But when it comes to trying to help children, then I get 1,000 questions asked. And I confronted them and told them, I'm like, how did you guys not ask us about the actual children? They asked for no data, no statistics, no information about the actual children, all asking me about parking spaces and all that stuff, but nobody asked about the actual children that we'd be trying to serve in that community. And they said that the older people there mattered more than the children who wanted who want this facility out there. Those children weren't able to come speak for themselves because they were in school this morning, but they said the older people there mattered more than the children. And that was absolutely absurd to me. But please, again.
So I don't know if you remember, but so the school that he has got vandalized. Who do you think vandalized it? The school that he has got destroyed. Who do you think destroyed his school? Who do you think went in there breaking stuff, water fountains, tearing doors, breaking windows? Who do you think went in there and destroyed his school? Instagram. Who do you all think went in there and destroyed King Randall's school? Now we got systemic racism. We got the mean white folks. We got all this. Who do you all think went in there and destroyed that man's school? So as we see, his own people went in there and destroyed the school. So this man's doing so keep in mind now, what they tell you is that if we build something, they're gonna destroy it. And then they bring up Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they bring up Rosewood in Florida. If we build something, they're going to destroy it. Now, King Randall is building something in the modern era, and white folks didn't bother it. Now, LeBron James has a school that his name is on. He, quote unquote, is a part of building, quote unquote. And white folks have left LeBron James school alone. 2 Chainz or some in Atlanta, or somebody had the Trap House Museum in Atlanta. White folks didn't tear it down. Black Lives Matter did all kind of stuff. White folks didn't bother Black Lives Matter. They're erecting statues of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and what's the guy's name? John Lewis. They didn't bother. There's many of clubs, restaurants that black folks have. White folks ain't bothered. So it's funny to me that black people keep saying that we can't build nothing, but everything y'all build, the only people that tear it up is black folks. You can't tell me something that black folks have built in the last X amount of years that white folks have destroyed. So again, this is a cultural problem, because what King Randall is doing is he represents accountability. He represents responsibility. So the school he's creating represents accountability. It represents responsibility. So you know you're not going to support the school. So you have to destroy it, so it's not always a reminder that you aren't supporting the school, that you aren't supporting this quote unquote black man that's doing the right thing. So what you do is you destroy it, so you don't have that constant reminder. Now he wants to expand what he's doing, and all the black folks voted against it. Now, why would all the black people, except one, vote against King Randall doing something positive? I often get told that I don't get it, that I'm a sellout, that I want to be white. I get all the rhetoric. But King Randall went on Roly Poly Martin's show, and instead of Roland Martin saying, I need y'all to donate to this brother, support him, he could have got this boy millions of dollars. And instead, he just condemned him. Why do you think Roland Martin condemned King Randall? Because King Randall holds a mirror up. He makes you look into yourself, and he shows you that what you're talking about, you don't really believe. His biggest detractors and deterrents have been black people. Ask yourself how. If white folks were bothering him, y'all would be up in arms going crazy. But because the people are black, you all are silent. Because these people are black, you all are silent. So this young man has to fight against his own people. And you all are telling me that the white man is doing something. They looked at me funny. So you mean to tell me a white person looks at you funny and you get upset, but the black people vote against his school and y'all cool with it? This young man has called pure D hell from the black community, and he's actually doing something positive. How is this possible? Let's continue.
We're still going to keep working. That doesn't stop anything. We're still going to build out there. We just can't do that type of facility, but we still can put residential basketball courts, et cetera, out there. So we're still going to build.
Anita said they got mad because he accepted money from white Republicans. Well, at least they cut a check. Why would I turn down funds to support what I'm doing for children? So again, Think about this. Just think for a second. Black people got mad at him for getting funding from Republicans. But the alternative is for what? For him not to have funding and the project and the school fail. You see what they're doing? The goal is for him to fail, not succeed. It's not like they're saying, don't take their money, take our money. They're saying, don't take their money and fold, crumble, fall. Because the goal is for him not to be successful. Because if he's successful, then that means what you all are complaining about isn't real. It isn't real. They make you believe, and Truth Embrace just said it, they make you believe that white people are homeless. They'll have you, and again, this notion is propaganda, because the propaganda says that every white person not only has it better than you, but they have it better than you at your expense. So now when you see them, you have resentment and contempt. You are upset because you believe they are not only oppressing you, but taking from you as well. And it's just not true. King Randall's biggest hurdles have been his own people. And when I was speaking and after I spoke, so many folks came to me and said, thank you. Doctors, the scholastic said, thank you. Because again, what I'm talking about isn't about race. It is about what these people have planned. They have attached everything good and decent to white people. Everything. Being on time, setting goals, planning. The man leads the household. They've attached everything good to white people. Everything biblical to white people. So what they've really done is they've said that because we can't attack God, because we can't fight against God, we'll fight against the next best thing, white people. This is why the Bible is synonymous with white. Notice when they mention the black church, they don't mention it with the Bible. That Bible is linked to white people, not black people. Black folks had a black church. Black folks have the theatrics of the faith. The hooting and hollering, the dancing, the fish fries, the fried chicken, the cholesterol, diabetes. Black folks got that version of it, but they don't have the script. The Bible is attached to white people. Conservative white people. That's what the Bible is to them. So Bible, conservative white, black church, antichrist religion, the other thing. So again, this is all by design. So when I'm talking about race, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about an agenda that uses the differences in how we look. Nobody's black, nobody's white. Let's continue.
We're just going to do something different now with it. But please continue supporting us at theextraboys.org. This is why I have been on social media for quite some time. And but you can watch the video next. But please follow us at theextraboys.org. THEXFORBOYS.org. Thank you so much. Peace. My name is King Randall. I'm the owner, applicant for 2901 Barnaby. I just wanted to briefly talk about some of the things and reasons why we want to come to that neighborhood. Our organization has been operating for about 5 years now. And some of the questions that we've been asked about it have not been geared toward the actual help and changing of the children, which is a concern to me. I do feel like if we are talking about helping children, I do understand the administrative and logistical things that we should be asking, but we have not asked about any statistics about how much we've helped the children, whether their grades looking like, how have they developed, even the children that we've worked with in the Mount Zion apartments. This is a picture of me and some kids at the Mount Zion apartments down the street from where we're trying to rezone. This kid, it was her birthday, and her parents couldn't afford to get her a birthday party, and we brought cupcakes and pizza, etc. This is also a picture, another time of me at Mount Zion Apartments teaching kids how to tie a tie. We also fed them that day, and I also taught them how to change oil on a car.
Now, I'm gonna say this too, right? So we also got to start doing this thing holistically from top to bottom. We got to start feeding these babies properly too. We got to start feeding them with organic and healthy food, because the problem is, we're giving them instruction, we're giving them wisdom and guidance, but then we putting poison in their bodies. So we're kind of fighting against what we're doing. So we have, get together with children, it needs to be all organic and healthy food. It needs to be, we got to improve these diets because, and listen, I'm not knocking King Randall. I'm just simply saying that we got to start caring about our health. Black folks have gotten caught up so much with just this trying to be better and fight against race. We missing the basics, health and wellness. We skipping past a lot of so we skipping past just getting the proper amount of rest, eating the proper amount of foods, and exercising. We're skipping all the way to the revolution. No, you missed a whole bunch of steps. How you gonna fight a revolution and your arteries clogged up? How you gonna fight against the system and you got diabetes, a bad heart, you got gout, you got a thyroid issue, you got intestinal problems, you didn't have 3 strokes. I remember one time we were out there feeding the homeless, and one guy said, he said, I got tired of running. And he said, I gave my life to the Lord. I thought to myself, I said, that was a sorry life to give to God. You mean to tell me you done been in the world to the point you couldn't even walk no more? You was in the world to the point where you couldn't even walk. So let me get this straight. When you can't run the streets no more, now you want to give your life to God? now was God use me? No. Stop. I don't want to hear the speech. You was in the streets to the point where you couldn't even walk anymore. And now when you in a wheelchair, all shriveled up, health failing, now you want to give it to God. God respects a cheerful giver. We are to give God our best. So what you should have did was cleaned yourself up, then give yourself to God. Not this, I'm in a wheelchair I'm scooting for the Lord. No, we ain't doing that. I'm sorry. Y'all can get mad, I don't care. We ain't doing that. You come to God when you run in them streets, when you run like the wind, swift. You Usain Bolt for Satan, but then you in the wheelchair for the Lord. No. So anyway, yeah. So, but let's continue. But again, my point is, we gotta start this thing holistically. So again, we spending too much time trying to do all this extra stuff that's foolish. We got to start from the basics, proper health and wellness. Then you go to the next levels. Again, Black folks are skipping too many steps to be revolutionaries. What is your diet like? What are you eating? What are you consuming every day? What are you watching? Are you praying? Are you fasting? What are you doing? Those are the basic building blocks of existence. And culturally, it's not important for us to do it. So again, this stuff is never going to work until it's done right and righteously. Because I believe once you do the basics, you're not going to want to fight against the white people. Once you master the basics, you're going to see the truth. Most Black folks can't see the truth because they ain't mastered the basics. They don't have self-discipline. They have a poor self-image. Let's continue.
This is me again, another time at Mount Zion Apartments in that same neighborhood, trying to help the children. This is also a photo of a reading box we brought to that neighborhood because these children asked us for books, and we brought a box out to their neighborhood where people could drop off books for them and also canned goods and food because a lot of those children out there don't get a chance to eat, and we would feed them twice a week. And saying all that, and the students would always ask me why I can't, I come more often, and I was telling them our facility's on the other side of town, but I would like to one day get some land to be able to work with you all out here. And when that land came for sale about 3 years ago, that's when we decided to purchase that land. We're just now, coming to you guys trying to get something done about it.
President of the neighborhood watch out there, and I'm rising in opposition to the project this morning. This project is privately owned, and we can't enter it. We're not permitted to go into the place. Okay. So, my imagination, tells me if you're going to have a science lab or something in that building, and you got guns, okay, it's a chemical reaction in that,
Now hold on, man. Now this John Henry man right here. Now all of a sudden now he a scientist. Now when it came to getting that shot, he didn't think about it. When it came to voting for Joe Biden, he didn't think about it. But when it comes to King Randall acquiring a building and some more land, now he's a scientist. The guns in there with the chemistry lab, it's a chemical. Now he a scientist. You see what I mean? When it came to the shot, he took it. When it came to voting for Joe Biden, he did it. But when it comes to King Randall doing something positive for his people, the man became a scientist. He put a lab coat on. The lab coat was covered in hot wing stains, but he put a lab coat on, and now he's talking about the guns with the chemicals. It's going to be a spontaneous combustion.
And, I don't know if you were really, fixing cocaine or fentanyl. I don't know what you're doing in there, but I know that this situation isn't open to us, and it's 10 feet from our neighborhood. You can walk out your door and you'll be in his neighborhood, And we at Southgate, Lily Pond, Riverdale, Blue Springs disapprove of this facility.
I'm all for.
So you heard the black man who I'm sure will tell you white folks is racist. I'm sure he'll tell you we need to do A, B, C, and D, get these young men off the streets, all this stuff he gonna say. But when it comes time and somebody says I have a solution for y'all, he votes against it. He didn't vote against the shot. He didn't vote against Joe Biden. He's voting against a young black man doing something positive for the community. This is why I don't listen to y'all talking about racism. I don't, because I know what happens when somebody steps up. I know what happens. You don't think Rosewood was an inside job? You don't think Black Wall Street was an inside job? Y'all couldn't even fathom that these things are inside jobs. Because if black people are empowered, you can't use them. There is a reason why they want the average black person to be their victim so they can be used. You can't use a person that feels empowered. So all these crooked black leaders, and we know most of them have been crooked, have a vested interest in you needing to listen to them. Now let's see what she says. Let's see what the Queen says about King Randall doing something positive.
Helping kids. I used to work with abused kids. But as far as bringing this out in our neighborhood, where this is a family, neighborhood, I have talked with a lot of the neighbors out in the neighborhood, and they are against this. We have a lot of the elderly that walks down Burnaby up to Martin Luther King, and they're saying that they would be afraid to walk down there, just come into our neighborhood, because this is not, what we want in the neighborhood. And
now listen, Do you all hear the reasons they are giving for why they don't want it in their neighborhood? They're not saying it's not going to work. They're not saying that he has evil intent. Listen to the reasons. Now, if Walmart said we want to build a Walmart next to y'all, what they going to say? If Walmart said we want to build it next door to y'all, what they going to say? They're going to say, yeah. If Home Depot said we want to build next door, what they going to say? Yeah. If any chain restaurant, if Popeyes, if any chain restaurant said we want to build right next door to you all, they're going to say yes. They're going to vote yes. So why wouldn't they vote yes for King Randall? I'll tell you why. Because it is a constant reminder that all of their beliefs, all of their insecurities, all of the propaganda, all of the lies, all the programs will be shattered every single day you pass by that building. So instead of having to change, you'll just say, we don't want to see the change. How in the world would y'all be afraid of a man getting the children, getting the youth off the streets? How would that make you more afraid? It's insane. Let's continue.
What we want, if you want to build something, build more homes, because this is a family, neighborhood. Build more homes.
Talking about changing our zone from residential to construction multi-purpose. It will become a dangerous place for everyone, especially children walking in front of the park. We have all the traffic. We only have 2 roads to get in the south gate. What they talking?
Look at what these people are saying. Now imagine, y'all. Now imagine, here goes the programming. Imagine if these were white people saying this. This would be viral. If white people were saying this, this would be viral. It would be on CNN. It would be on the Shade Room. Every celebrity would. It would be viral. These are black people saying this. Could you imagine if a white person said, we don't want it there because we don't want it there because of who's going to be going into the building. We don't feel safe. Imagine a white person saying the guns and the chemicals might cause an explosion. Imagine a white person saying we don't want the traffic. This video would be viral. Nobody's upset. It's not viral. Nobody even cares. You know why? Because it's King Randall. He doesn't have any excuses. You see, what you'll find is that the same contempt that is held for white people is also held for black people without an excuse. When black folks don't care about racism, they get ostracized from the black community. They get hated. Thank you. Black folks would have been protesting. Thank you. Shut it down. Let's continue.
What they question. We have 2 roads to get in there. And sometimes it takes me 5 minutes or more to even get out my driveway. And I believe he has a good plan. He just need to take it somewhere else. All kinds of things will come to this neighborhood if they change the single-family residence to construction multi-purpose. This would be a drag, and it would be horrible. Thanks.
Any other discussion? Thanks, Mr. Forger.
I just want to ask one question, and I want everybody to just think seriously about this. Would this make any difference if this was the YMCA as the applicant wanting to build a sports facility and classroom space for youth in the area to help tutor underprivileged youth, to help support kids in the community, provide after-school programs for kids in the community to help feed them, to teach them life skills, et cetera, and to be a good partner to the community. So.
Okay, thank you. And since you said that, I do also want us to keep in mind that there are communities that historically do not get anything that they do not want in the communities. I want us to remember that there are communities that that we represent in the city represented that we consider homeowners first, the people who made their greatest investment. And I want all of us to keep that in mind, that the people who make the greatest investment, you've got to consider their wishes, and we've seen it from the county and the city.
So why did he answer his question? Why didn't he answer his question? The white guy asked a great question. He said, if this were a YMCA or any kind of other facility for youth, would it make a difference? If they had classrooms, the answer is no, it wouldn't. Why would they answer that man's question? He's bringing up communities are able to not have stuff in their neighborhood. But if it was a Popeyes, a Walmart, Home Depot, Marshalls, Ross, any strip mall, they're going to say yes. So why would they say no to King Randall? You know why? Because he shatters the narrative. I thought what Roland Martin did was disgusting, but this is even more disgusting because now you hear the reasons why they're saying no. It's disgusting. It's absolutely despicable. These are the same people that say if we try to build something, white folks will tear it up. When the white people voted for it, white people voted for King Randall. I'm gonna ask you all a question right now. Tell me a righteous black man that every race doesn't support. Show me a righteous black man that every race doesn't support. Everybody outside of the black community supports King Randall. America's so racist and all this stuff, but somehow when a black man stands on integrity, honor, character, and morals, somehow everybody supports him. The Republicans are racist, y'all say, but they gave King Randall money. It's disgusting. Let's continue.
In affluent communities, where people have always gotten what they wanted. And
now he's saying affluent community. So basically he's saying that white people have been able to not have stuff in their neighborhood. So now this man right here is playing the race card. Listen to me. He stooped so low to play the race card. He's playing the race card. He's saying that white people are able, when he says affluent community, affluent is white. When white people don't want something in their neighborhood, they get their wishes met. We want the same thing. So now he's making it seem like it's racist. Think about this now. He's saying it's racist for y'all to even consider letting him build this stuff in our neighborhood. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
they didn't get what they didn't want. Having said that, thank you, sir. Consider action, the zoning consider.
So his whole purpose was to tell them that white folks got to do it and we should be able to do it too. You have not heard one articulation of why the school should not be built or facility. I'm sorry, facility. Even the woman said, he's doing good things, but I don't want traffic in front of my house. Woman, you are 90 years old. You ain't got to go nowhere but to go play bingo, go play your number. You ain't doing nothing. Going down to Biloxi to gamble, you ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry. This woman said, I don't want the traffic in front of my house, in front of the neighborhood. I don't want the facility to be built. Even though I know it's a benefit and it can help, I don't want to be inconvenienced by 2 minutes. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Of King Randall, owner and applicant 23-053, request to rezone a 24.74 acre vacant parcel from R2 Single Family Residential District to C-8 Commercial Recreational District. The rezoning would allow for the construction of a multi-purpose facility. The property is at 2901 Barnaby Drive. The Plan Commission recommends denial. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, received a motion and a second. Is there a discussion? Yes. Yes.
Yes, Bree. They said they could be making fentanyl in there. The lady said they could be making fentanyl in the lab. I'm gonna play it again. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to it.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to deny.
Second.
Okay. Go with the second motion first, the motion to deny, starting District 1. Motion to deny. Okay, substitute motion to deny. District to deny the applicant. District 1.
No.
District 2.
Yes, to deny.
District 3 to deny.
No.
District 4.
Madam
The
Clerk.
motion on the floor. The motion on the floor is to deny.
But I'm voting against denial.
Okay, you voting against. Okay. Are you?
I'm for denial.
For denial. Jones.
Now it's funny. You got the white man voting for King Randall, and you got the black people in mass voting against it. I can't make this up. You have the white people saying, we support King Randall. Now listen, this is in the deep south of Georgia. This is by Macon. It's Macon. So in Macon, Georgia, you got the white people saying, we support the black man, and you got the black folks with masks on saying, we don't. Does history repeat itself? Just based on this scene alone, we should question history. Because there's no way some white men in Macon are going to vote for a black man and black people don't. My bad. It might be Albany. I'm sorry. It could be Albany. My bad. It could be Albany. I'm sorry. I don't get the wrong seat. I thought it was Macon. It could be Albany. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
District 6. All right. I'm for denial. That's 4-3 denial.
So it is Albany. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Albany. I'm making this Albany. But still, Albany, same thing. Albany making it don't matter. It's the same thing as far as how people view it. Racist white people. So the white people of Albany said, we want to support King Randall. And the black folks with masks on said no. Let's go back to the lady talking about it might be fentanyl in there.
You know, I don't know if you were really, fixing cocaine or fentanyl. I don't know what you're doing in there.
Okay, I'm sorry. The black man said. So John Henry said, now think about this now. This man is doing this for the youth. This man says, I don't know what you're doing in there. Now think about this now. Y'all could be cooking up cocaine or fentanyl. Now, just imagine if a white person said this. This would be on front. They would be tearing the streets apart. So this should let you know that black people will allow the most heinous things to take place just for the sake of how it looks. So they'll give the black person a pass doing the most egregious and despicable thing because they're black. This man just said they can be in there cooking up cocaine or fentanyl. And if a white person said this, it'd be on the news right now. It would, if white people did what this happened in this hearing or meeting, it would rival the propaganda with the Israeli Hamas conflict. They will be competing for story time. So to me, this just proves my point. And my point is that Black people are doomed from their culture. This is Black culture, not Black excellence. What they've done is they've told you that this is Black excellence so that you accept Black culture. You saw our elders. Y'all love talking about the elders. The elders are doing this. So not only did the elders say, get that shot, now they're saying, don't help the youth. The elders. You know, back in the day, you could trust the elders. Not now. You can't trust them. They all compromised. I want you all to pray for King. Listen, tonight, I'm praying for King Randall. We're going to pray for King Randall. We're going to pray for King Randall because this is absurd. Now imagine me outside of this town hall meeting. Imagine me outside getting called bootlicker, coon, and sellout, and right inside you got a bunch of Black folks telling a Black man, no, we don't want you to help us. That's why I don't listen. This is why I don't listen. Because I know at the end of a Black complaint is Satan. I know when Black folks are complaining, I know at the end of it is Satan. It's Satan. Okay, let's continue.
County commissioners denied King Randall's request for rezoning to allow construction for a multi-purpose facility, but he says that's not going to stop him.
We still own that land, and we're still going to build out there. It may look a little bit different now. It may not be a commercial building. It may be residential.
King Randall and families from X4 Boys were present during the meeting this morning in hopes of getting the rezoning approved.
King Randall has a positive influence on Carlton and a lot of boys in the community.
Jakara Fuller spoke on behalf of her sister and nephew Carlton about their experience with X4 Boys and how expanding the nonprofit would be a great addition to South Albany.
Problems with him, getting in fights with his sisters, trouble with authority, not doing well in school, trying to be that class clown, not turning in homework.
Those are some of the problems Fuller says she and her family faced with her nephew before King Randall stepped in. But even after hearing the positives, residents in the Southgate division still don't approve of the Life Preparatory School in their neighborhood.
The neighborhoods that we are in already, we provide free lawn care service. We provide litter cleanup. We do that in our neighborhoods already in the Holly Homes area. We want to bring help to them. And of course, they didn't know that until we get there.
They stated, we don't need, another facility like this. But would you say we don't need another car wash? We don't need another church? What King is trying to do is trying to bring in something for these young men. I would rather my sons be with King than in the streets. They have nowhere else to go in Dougherty County, let's just be honest.
And we spoke with some longtime residents of the Southgate Division on why they don't want the Life Preparatory School in their neighborhood. I'm working on that story for WALB News 10 at 6. In downtown Albany, I'm Quillen Parker, WALB, your hometown news source.
So you heard the women speak, and you heard what she said in the end. Would y'all say no to the car wash? And all you wouldn't. We know that. And that was my point. They wouldn't say no to anything else.
and she's calling primetime racist. Last week, Meatball broadcast looters hitting stores in Philly.
Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Record this. Record this. Keep your phones out. Free iPhones. Free iPhones. Free iPhones.
Meatball was charged with 6 felonies, recording crimes like she was Hunter. But now her lawyer is saying if you talk about Meatball, you're racist. It sickens me to witness the media's complicity in what can only be described as an all-out assault on black and brown people as their character and actions are mercilessly vilified. Meatball's character? Meatball wants to be left alone? Really? You mean the one who's cashing in on mugshot t-shirts for $35 a pop? That Meatball? You mean the one that's twerking with the mugshot t-shirt for $35? She's not the one that wants any attention? That Meatball?
So, you know, let me go to super sticker real quick. Thank you, Jahan, so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Welcome back, Blanche. Thank you. Hope you had a great trip, bro. God bless. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jahan. It was a wonderful trip. Thank you. Now, you know Meatball isn't going to get in trouble, right? The reason why the lawyer put that out there about the racism is so she don't get in trouble. So now you can see clearly that they're going to say racism so you can be decadent. They're not saying racism so you can be free, so you can be decadent. So Meatball is selling a shirt with her picture on it, $35 a pop. So now she's going to make money. She's going to get all kind of interviews, all kind of, like her life, think about this. Her life is going to elevate from decadence. King Randall is fighting his own people to do something right. Meatball's getting elevated for being decadent. Think about this. Thank you, Jihad, again for the super sticker. Thank you so much. T, thank you so much. Cheers to getting your check cut on time. The money is green, not black or white. Thank you so much, T. Yes, it is. The money check came right on time. Thank you so much. God is good. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, T. But my point is, you all, is that they're using all of this. They're doing all of this to get black people, to usher in the Antichrist. This is what all of this is for. Because once you say, if you hold a black person accountable, that's racism, now black folks have a green light to do whatever they want to do. I'm sorry. I know this sounds bad. I know you're like, Blanche, you're tripping. I'm sorry. This is what it is. Everything you see is by design. Let's continue.
It was founded over 200 years ago on the genocide of Native Americans.
Dear woke snowflakes, people have replaced what was once historical knowledge with broad narratives. As a matter of history, not every inch of American land was occupied prior to Christopher Columbus's arrival. Most contemporary objections about Christopher Columbus's conquest comes from Francisco Fernandez de Bobadilla, Columbus's chief political rival and a man who successfully usurped the power from him in the West Indies. There were huge areas that were completely wilderness. There were lots of different people in the North and the South. Which people do you think has a claim to which land? There were many tribes that conquered other tribes. Just as an example, the Comanche Indians conquered areas ran by the Apache Indians. So which tribe should the land be reverted to? Christopher Columbus never committed any sort of genocide. In fact, he was widely known among Spanish explorers for his good treatment of the natives. Read the biographies of Christopher Columbus. When the Spanish came to this country, they did create a new race known as Latinos, a mixture of Spaniards and Native American populations. So if we revert certain land to Native populations, why would we not then immediately take the land away from them, since they also descend from Spanish explorers?
Again, what the real unwoke just said was a whole bunch of nuance. You notice how when it's the truth, it's not flashy, it's not, it don't get your emotions riled up. You notice how the truth just flows like this? You have no emotions behind it. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Before the white man even stepped foot on these Americas, tribes had been at war with each other, fighting. It had been bloodshed. It had been the capturing of this person, the beheading, the scalping of this person. It's been going on. So this notion is that the world was all that, what they make you believe that the world was the Garden of Eden and the white man ruined it. This is what they make you believe. That everywhere in the world was peaceful, harmonious, they had their culture, everything was going good. The birds was always chirping. The water was always flowing. Everything was wonderful. The white man came and it was chaos. It was bloodshed before the white man even stepped foot on American soil. Like I told you all, they're attaching everything that is good and decent to white people to get you to reject it. If you reject what's good and decent, you are going to reject God. That's the whole purpose of it. There has to be a preparation for the Antichrist. If the Antichrist comes now, it's not going to work. You got to prepare people to receive the Antichrist. How do you do that? You do that by getting them to reject God. And you get them to reject God through white people. What's the number one thing people say? The Bible is the white man's book. Christianity has enslaved black people. Like this is what, think about what they say. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Got time for one more video.
Music that got them going crazy?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's the music. I think it's the lifestyle. I think
you blaming it on hip hop?
I'm just saying. I blame it on.
Yeah, this nigga, Killer Cam, babe, blaming it on hip hop is crazy.
I'm not blaming it on hip hop. I'm blaming the DJs is listening to hip hop and losing their mind. I know a couple that got cut from the Raiders last year, and they said, "I don't give a. I'm gonna go do the album." What? Yo, what you mean you gonna do the album? You're not gonna try out for another team.
I'm gonna play it one more time. Let this sink in what he's saying.
You think it's the music that got him going crazy?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's the music. I think it's the lifestyle. I think
you blaming it on hip hop?
I'm just saying. I blame it on.
Yeah, this nigga, Killer Cam, babe, blaming it on hip hop is crazy.
I'm not blaming it on hip hop. I'm blaming the DJs is listening to hip hop and losing their mind. I know a couple that got cut from the Raiders last year, and they said, "I don't give a. I'm gonna go do the album." What? Yo, what you mean you gonna do the album? You're not gonna try out for another team.
So this is a clip from No Spoon podcast with Shay. Shout out to Shay. But yeah, so you heard them say, the thing about what he said now, he said, I'm not blaming the music, I'm blaming the people that listen to the music. But so I'm not blaming the music, I'm blaming the folks that listen to the music. So in other words, I'm off the hook. You see what he did? He absolved himself and he said it's on the listener. So again, this is the issue here. The issue is accountability. The issue is responsibility. These are the two greatest things that Black culture fear: accountability and responsibility. You got Mace over there saying you can't blame hip hop, and you got him over there blaming people listening to hip hop. Neither one of these men are going to say we played a part in the demise of our community with the music that we made. These men can talk about everything under the sun on their podcast, but they can't talk about accountability and responsibility. So at the end of the day, the issues that we face have nothing to do with the system. It's not YouTube's fault. It's not Instagram's fault. It's not the metaverse's fault. It's not Biden's fault. It's not Klaus Schwab's fault. It's not Bill Gates' fault. It's not those wicked bloodline families' fault. None of that. The issue is the person looking in the mirror. Because the moment you take it out of the mirror, you are going to be controlled. The moment you say that it's somebody else's fault, you are going to be controlled. So what they should have said was, not only did we play a part in the demise of our community, but now we're going to do something about it. Yeah, that was Mace. That was Mace. I remember one time I listened to an interview that Mace did, and he said, if you ever see me rapping again, that means that something is totally wrong. And I've been trying to find that clip because when he said it, the room got so quiet. You know, black folks don't like definitive statements that involve character. The room got quiet. It was like, oh, you can't say that. No. He said, if you ever see me rapping again, something is wrong. And sure enough, he was rapping again. Trying to find that clip, but I'm trying to find it again. But anyway, I love you all. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. We all enjoyed today's show. I missed you all. Seeing that you all missed me too, I thank you so much. I have one more super sticker. Thank you, Cruise Missile, for the super sticker. Thank you for your support, always supporting me. Listen, I love you all. And I'm back. So I'll be back on, what's today? Tuesday. I'll probably be back on Thursday or Friday. But I had an awesome trip, and maybe this next trip you all can come. I think it'd be even better the next time. But I love y'all, and thank you all for missing me or caring about me enough to miss me. Thank y'all so much. I will see you all soon. I love y'all. Thank you.